big topic today. I want to talk about the difference between spirituality and occult. Because there's a fine line, it seems, and especially in the plant medicine space, which has utterly exploded, there are a lot of communities that are springing up almost instantaneously in a very sort of urgent, kind of manic way. And it's kind of hard to ascertain the difference between a truly kind of heart-spaced, spiritually connected community and a cult. So I think it's important, first of all, I define what a cult means in this context, because a cult, up until a handful of decades ago, the term didn't have a negative sort of connotation. It was the Heaven's Gate cult that ended up doing mass suicides that gave this sort of word a four-letter kind of connotation for understandable reasons. A cult is a community that typically believes things that are fringe to mass consciousness. And so they sort of band together. It's that belief system becomes the glue that connects them. And a cult almost always has a cult leader, a cult of personality, if you will, somebody who is just enigmatically the perfect example of what it is to be a member of that community. And within that, cults typically have language that they use specifically that again alienates them. And then the really extreme, the intense version of the cult that we most mean, I think, when we use this language is the communities that ostracize anybody else for not believing what they believe. And so cult members often become estranged from their families, just basically cut out anybody that isn't a part of the community and believes what they believe. So I would define that at the heart of a cult is that the people in the cult believe what is right and the people out of the cult are wrong for what they believe. And that's a really important distinction because this is happening a lot in the plant medicine spaces, that there's just this superiority complex that, if you're not only working with ayahuasca, but if you're not working with ayahuasca the way that we do, you're wrong. Which is the polar opposite of what ayahuasca teaches, is that that black and white thinking is the prison of the mind. It isn't the actual way of things. So it's kind of weird and disturbing that a lot of communities have popped up working with various plant medicines, and they are very exclusive, arrogant, and very, very black and white and rigid in their thinking. So I throw this out there as just kind of a space of warning and education that we just be really, really wary if we're becoming part of a community that wants to purport this whole idea that they are superior to other groups. I mean, that's what a lot of us reject about religion. I grew up Catholic, and it was kind of taught that Catholics are right and everybody else is wrong. Just like, how can that be? It's religion, it's spirituality. But that is what humans do, right? We want to get really defensive that what we think and what we experience is superior to what other people do, and it's not true. It's BS. So please don't be a part of that, especially with plant medicines, because they're trying to teach us the opposite, that to be inclusive, that it's a sign of maturity to be able to hold two completely polarizing perspectives and know that they are both right. And so especially in the context of working with Aya and things like that, can we just be a champion for everybody's path being valid, for everybody's perspective being valid, and not get all cultish and create these hierarchies? Because the other danger of the cultish energy is there's a hierarchy within it of people at the top and people at the bottom. And so there's drama and fighting and insecurity and just ugliness. So is it spirituality or is it a cult? And if it's the latter, it's not spiritual, at least not in the sense that is healing and expansive and what I think we're truly seeking. So let us try to operate in these plant medicine spaces by being for everyone, by being a champion for everyone to have their own path and their own position and their own beliefs, and that we're all right. That's the cool thing. We all get to be right, especially about spirituality. Thank you, as always, for listening. Follow us, please, plant medicine people, doing content like this every week, maybe more in the future. Really appreciate having you here. Thank you for caring. Thank you for being here. Be well out there. Much love.